Well, once again, hi everybody. What I'm going to do now is show you what I've done since the heat source pump's been up and running. It's getting late in the day now. I've been at it all day. I've been insulating everything, that's what I've been up to. So what I'll do is nip in the field house and show you exactly what I've done. Plus we'll have a look at the cost of running the air source heat pump. We've had just under a week now and we're just about there, lifted the pond to 15 degrees, so it'll be running at 15. I've done it gently over a week, bring it up to 15, and I've managed now to get just about everything in here insulated. All the pipe work is all insulated. I've done all around the Backy River. I've done the moving bed, which I've showed you. All the 40mm pipe work, I've got all that done. That's done all the way round. I've done the RDF, it's all done. And the 40mm, let me move that bucket. And the 40mm done all the way round right into the RDF. There's two of them, by the way. You won't see the other one, it's underneath. But there is two of them pipes running around there. And it's all done and insulated. So the RDF's done this end, it's all insulated, so great stuff. Don't forget, this is the temperature coming in from the actual air source heat pump, and we're on 15.4. we're virtually there. 15.5 in here will mean there's about 15 coming back from the pond, so that's when it'll cut out. So great stuff, all that's done. Out and round near the air source heat pump, we'll just have a quick look. We're losing daylight fast here, so I've put the outside light on. If you can see over there, every bit of pipe work coming from the air source is insulated. It's all well covered now, so all my insulating is virtually done. Now here back in the filter house, if we have a look, for the week it's cost £6.04. So to take it from 9 degrees to 15, lifting it 6 degrees over a week, it's cost £6.04. Now I think that's remarkable. So once it gets it to the 15, it's obviously going to start cutting out a lot more, and we're not going to need it so much, so it'll only just be keeping it topped up. I mean, if it was £6 a week it wouldn't be bad. But don't forget, we've had all them frosts and 2 degrees minus temperatures, and oh wow. And it's only cost £6.05 to lift it 6 degrees. So I think that is, well, astounding, really. It's cost next to nothing. Whereas the clover leaf cost me £5 in one day. So there's no comparison, really. That's a massive saving. So what we're going to do now is, once it's at 15 and cuts out, I shall zero it all up and then we'll get an exact weekly running cost. But I'm well happy with that. That is brilliant. Plus it's been having to defrost because it was freezing up, so it kept defrosting as well, which costs more, and the whole lot's cost £6. Absolutely remarkable. So like I say, I'll get the clock zeroed and then I'll monitor it over the next week. So as far as things go, my verdict on it in the first week is well worth the money. That's soon going to get me my money back at that rate. And trying to heat it with an element, the 3 kilowatt heater was nearly as bad. It cost a fortune. I think it was £3 a day when it was really cold. But that is quite remarkable, especially in them weather conditions. I'm well impressed with it. Right, just to show you what I'm up to here in the big shed, I'm just making the roof, or the lean-to, for the actual air source heat pump. I'm just getting that done. I was going to felt it, but this makes it too heavy because I'm having no support much under the front here. I just want it to come straight off the shed. Because I'm doing that, that would have made it too heavy, so I'm having to paint it. The only paint I've got in the shed is white, so I've got to put up with white for now. I've got the underneath done, that's all brown, but I didn't want the top brown, and the only other colour I'd got was white, so I've had to do it white. But that's it, it just wants another coat and then we can get it put on. But that's the lean-to for the actual air source heat pump, just to keep a bit of weather off it really. But that's it done, it just needs another coat. Well, good morning everybody, and how are we all? The old fish are doing well. They're up looking for some food. They're all lively. They're loving it, they are. I'll just get a handful of food and we'll just chuck it in. Just give me a second. Okay. They're all up. They don't usually eat that much this time of day, but we'll chuck them a bit in. See how they get on. Yeah, they're all up, look. Loving it. I've got the camera again, they're not keen of this camera for some reason, I don't know why. But they're all looking good. Oh, something spooked them. They really don't like this camera. I don't know what it is. But they're all in there, all well. It's 15 degrees in there, so they're actually enjoying that. We'll just have a quick look at the pond temp if we can see it. I've got another little thermometer here, so if I can get zoomed in on that for you. We're running 15.1 it says in there. It's 15.1 degrees. It's within about 0.2 of what it actually says, so it's not far out, that one. But yeah, they're all in there, they're all well lively. It's quite cold here at the moment. Not very good at all. It's damp, wet, misty, but yeah, they're all in there. They're all eating well. I've just given them a handful of the Evolution Aqua Premier food, which they seem to quite like. I hate it with these covers on, you can't blooming see anything, can you? But yeah, they're all in there and all feeding well and quite lively. Water's clear, but it always is this time of year. You don't get a lot in there. But now I've heated the pond up, I might start putting my skimmer back on and that sort of thing. But yeah, all's good in the pond. Air source heat pump, wow. I'm well pleased with that. A great bit of kit. I've now got it adjusted so that the actual in water and out water, there is a 2 degree difference. So it's lifting the water from the inflow, which is coming from the pond, to the outflow to the filters. It's lifting it 2 degrees when it cuts in. It's not cut in at the moment, but yeah, it's lifting it 2 degrees, but I'm well pleased with that. Really nice bit of kit. I've just got to get the roof on it because it spends its time blooming soaking wet, so that'll help it a little bit. Just get a cover over it. No wonder they say they're one of the best air source heat pumps on the market at the moment. I think that is a great bit of kit. Not cheap, but I suppose it's the same as everything, you get what you pay for. But well pleased with that. The builders next door are making a lot of noise this morning, but there you go. Now the flowers, that's what that real cold spell has done to my flowers. They were really nice. I was quite proud of them, and that's what that -2 degrees has done to them. It's really knocked them on the head. Knocked them for 6 completely, but never mind. It's also got my bushes a bit, it's given them some stick. But they seem to survive every year and come back again, so they're alright. But the garden is taking a bit of a hammer. My lawn, I think I've ruined it. Keep walking and fitting this air source heat pump, doing all that work. I've worn it out and lost a lot of the grass, so I'm trying to stay off it at the moment if I can. But that's what the cold weather did. Not good for the garden. I'll just show you quickly. This is the field next door. They have got some of the roads in now, not completely, but they're well on the way. But this is what they're working in next door. I mean, how can you work in that lot? Unbelievable. It is absolutely flooded, and they're still out there working in it. Let me just give you a quick look from the front of the house. This is what they're actually working in. I can't believe it. There you go. And it's raining again today, so that's not going to help them much. But they're out there, some of them. There was quite a lot of them there this morning. All the diggers were going. but it's now afternoon and I think they've given up at the moment. There's the odd one about. The one down the bottom's going, I think. The one down there, it's working. Yeah, there's somebody on that one, but this is what they're working in. Incredible. I never thought they'd be able to do it, but obviously they can. But that's what we've got next door to us. Right, a little warmer here in the filter house. We'll just take a look at the power meter. Now, it was 3 days ago, not quite 3 days, about 2 3/4 days ago, I reset the clock so we can see what it's actually doing on a daily basis. And if we look there, we've got £2.82. So at the moment it's running a little bit less than £1 a day. So that's not bad at all. For heating 2,500 gallons of water. It's a little bit milder here at the moment. It's about 6 degrees, 7 degrees. Nights are down to about 3 or 4 degrees. And it's costing £1 a day. Well, that's got to be the cheapest pond heating I've heard of yet. If it comes really cold, I mean with all this insulating, I don't know how that will affect it. But like I say, the nights are quite cold. We'll just see how it goes. At the moment, that's a bit less than £1 a day, but we're not quite on to 3 days yet. It's looking good. I'm well pleased with it. But everything's working well. I have upped the air now that I've got the pond up to temperature. I've now put the 100 litre per hour pump on the pond and the moving bed, so we've got a lot more air going in, which will be like it is in the summer. All's good. They're on normal koi food, like I've said. I've just sent for some more. What we've got, I've got some of the Queenie Japan mix. That's the actual Evolution Aqua. And then in here I've got the wheat germ and garlic that they were on. I might get a little bit more wheat germ and mix it with the other stuff. I'm going to go back on the Akari. I do like that Akari wheat germ, I have to say. So they're nearly out of this one, so I shall order some Akari and mix it with the normal stuff. It's difficult to think of it at the moment that I've got to treat the pond as if it's May, June time, because at 15 degrees they can eat proper food. We shall get their immune system back up and running properly. I'm giving it a few days just for that to get up and running. People say there's not a lot to do on your pond in the winter, but there's plenty of jobs that you really want to be doing. Things like keeping your filters clean. Don't forget that your fish's immune system is going to be low if your pond temperature is anything below 13. You've really got to watch out for bacterial infections, because the bacteria is still surviving at them temperatures. So the best thing you can do is keep your filters clean. Try to keep your pond clean, because you don't want the bacteria developing in there, because your fish are losing their immunity to fight off the bacteria. It's things like I've got my RDF to do, but in my RDF in there, as you can see, it's quite dirty around the outsides where the water goes. I want to clean all that out. If the water was colder, that would be a bit dangerous leaving all that dirt in there, so that wants cleaning out. I'm going to give it a clean anyway, but that's the sort of thing you've got to look for. You don't want a lot of that dirt sitting there, because that does breed bacteria, and it's not the good bacteria, let me tell you. So you want rid of that really. Keep everything as clean as you can in the winter, because your coi's immune system is down, don't forget. So there are some sort of jobs that you want to be doing in the winter. Now what you see in here is the true pond temperature, because the heat is not cut in now. That's the water that's flowing actually through the RDF coming straight from the pond. The air source heat pump's not heating it up. So I've got 15.1 in here, which agrees with that little thermostat I've got on the pond. So we're about 15.1. Obviously when the heat source pump cuts in, that will rise, because this is getting the water straight from the heat source pump. But we're running around the 15.1 mark, so that's not bad at all. And we're keeping it £1 a day at the minute, which is absolutely brilliant, I think. That is so cheap. But there you go. I'll give it a week, average out the temperatures a little bit more, and then we'll take another look on the power monitor and see how things are going. And the best of it is, the most I've ever seen it running at was 800 watt. I mean 800 watt. It averages between 600 and 700 watt. It's usually around there. So for that sort of power usage, you know, it's keeping it at 15. That's unbelievable. When I had the little cloverleaf pump in here, it only lifted it very, very slowly and was costing like £3 or £4 a day. So there's no comparison really. And like I say, we're using about 600 or 700 watt, and that was using 2 kilowatt. It's the only way to go. Air source heat pump is the only way to go. Now, one thing I didn't do, which I really at this moment in time wish I had when I was building the pond, was think about insulation. I just put everything in and never even give it a thought. So if anybody's thinking of building a pond, I would definitely think of insulation. Insulate your pond if at all possible, and your pipe work, make sure it's all insulated. It does make a big difference. And if you haven't got covers on your pond, I would definitely recommend them. Absolutely. It keeps all the snow and the cold rain out of your pond, and they hold a little bit of heat in. Even if you're not heating your pond, they will make a big difference. So do think about pond covers. They're not that dear to sort out and get on your pond, but they will make a difference. Well, good morning everybody. It's Sunday here at the moment, and what a miserable, wet, cold, windy day we've got. It's horrible here. But I'm going to go outside. I'm going to try to get the roof fitted over the air source heat pump. I want to get that done. I also want to get the cardboard down the bottom cleared up. I haven't got that done yet. But the roof's all ready to go on. I'm just going to take it out and get it screwed on. So I'm hoping it doesn't rain much harder than it is doing at the moment. So I'll have a look, see what I can get done. Okay, what we're all interested in here, it is now, like I said earlier, Sunday. So 4 days, and in 4 days we've used £3.89 in 4 days. So it's close to £1 a day. So I'm quite pleased with that. That's good news. I'm quite happy with that. It is cold here at the minute. It's about 4 degrees. It's blooming freezing outside. It is terrible. But there you go. I've got 1 or 2 jobs I want to get done today. So I'm going to put my big coat on. I'm going to try to get them done in this weather. I want to get them done and sort it out. So I'm going to have a go, see how far I can get. I can't unfortunately video it because it is actually spitting about with rain out there, and I can't get my camera wet. It's not a GoPro, it's a Canon, so I can't get it wet, but I will show you it when it's done quickly. So I'm going to get on with that. Okay guys, there it is. That's the roof that's going to go on. I've just got to get it out there now and get it put above the air source heat pump. But it is cold out here. Oh. But we're going to have a go, see how we get on. And there we go guys, all fitted. It'll just keep a bit of the weather off it, and leaves hopefully. We get a lot of leaves blowing about here. I can't take you outside because it is actually raining, but that's it fitted. Just to keep a bit of the weather off basically, that's all it's there for. So hopefully that'll do the job. If I want to work on the air source heat pump or do anything behind it, I have hinged it so it will actually lift up. So I can actually lift it up out the way. But that's it, that's on and fitted. Quite pleased with that. Don't know about the white so much, but I can change that later. As you know, you can't cover these in anymore because they do need a lot of air around them. You've got to have it 30 centimetres away from anything at the back. Don't forget, if anybody is interested or decides they do want one of these air source heat pumps, give me a shout on pondfilters@gmail.com and I'll do the best deal I can for you and do what I can for you. If you do want one, let me know. Anyway guys, it's come to that time again. I'm going to call that it. Might even get this video released today if I can get it edited. So it's from wet, cold, damp, miserable South Lincolnshire. You all take care. Thanks for watching and happy ponding.